Personnel management and organizational behavior, module 3, empowerment, getting the best out of your team and your collaborators. Empowerment strategy. What is empowerment? It's in order to fully understand the concept of empowerment, we must consider it as 3 different levels. Firstly, at the political or national level, empowerment has gradually been introduced into our everyday language as a self-help mechanism. It is based on the fact that we are all independent and that we determine solely all on ourselves. We depend solely on ourselves. At a national level, the movement of self-independence considers to spread and gain supporters due to the increasing competition and the economy. The need to be more efficient forces governments and companies to be more independent. Secondly, we consider it on the organizational level, which is very attractive because it was always in search of new and better ideas. Empowerment is a new concept, just like other theories of getting rich through work and motivation. It refers to quality, continuous improvement, performance management, self-directed work teams, management skills, etc. Organizational empowerment ranges from controlling workers of the whole organization to letting individuals have a say in the way their jobs are done. Each organization should define its type of empowerment and the way in which it wants to apply it. Finally, at the third level of empowerment is the individual, and then this is where the most popular affinity with the term is found. It implies a change. For people who were feeling bad before, who complained, who were looked down on or controlled by others, can now meet greater challenges, have more autonomy, acquire new skills, and grow professionally. In order to see these developments that empowerment entails, it is necessary to follow a long path of progress and accept the changes that come along the way. What does empowerment offer? Well, we now explain why empowerment is so attractive to businesses and individuals by enumerating the benefits and or consequences it brings. It eliminates bureaucracy and releases workers from historical negotiations controlled by unions. It provides greater flexibility and more opportunities to reward workers for their employees for their individual efforts. Employees feel encouraged by the political changes of the last year that point towards greater individualization of work and at the same time, independence in making decisions. Promotes development and use of hidden talents of individuals. Traditional borders are disappearing. Restricted job descriptions are being eliminated. Enables individuals to be creative and innovative. It introduces power in the lower levels of the organization with the aim of improving relations with internal and external customers. It enhances productivity and work recognition and allows people to arrange their responsibilities in a way that suits their individual needs. It ensures greater quality. People have more valuable objectives and goals. Now we'll talk about the empowerment circle. In order to adopt a philosophy of empowerment in a country, a simple model should be proposed, similar to the faction figure we see here. So, a willingness to change and improve, more autonomy, greater job identification, learning new skills, achieving high goals and targets. Stage 6 is increasing competence and boosting self-esteem, and 7 is accepting more difficult tasks and risky tasks. The figure shows the circular nature of empowerment within a company. We will now explain all the steps that putting empowerment in place entails. Step 1 is change in environment and improvement. It is one of the most important steps for the individual or for the company. Workers need to be convinced and eager to change so that all the other steps and stages can be developed. More autonomy. It removes constraints imposed on employees at all levels of the company so that they can make decisions without being restricted by meeting hierarchy and bureaucracies. Managers need to have confidence in their workers, encourage them to entrust to the power to make decisions. Greater identification with the work. At the same time, workers have already accepted their freedom with the company and will begin to become aware of having their own work and tasks. Work will form part of their lives, and it will not only be seen as necessary for making a living, but also they will feel more identified with their job. Number 4 is learning new skills. Employees will be more interested in their work, will gradually develop new skills and responsibilities, as well as do what they think is necessary in order to achieve the desired goals and success. And at this stage, the individual feels really motivated because he or she owns. Step 5. Achieving greater goals and better results. It is when the tangible results of empowerment are becoming more and more visible. The sense of freedom increases. Individuals own their own work and additional skills. This results in greater performance and greater motivation. At this time, more goals are attained. Step 6, the increase of confidence and self-esteem. At this stage, we can notice a number of significant changes related to the attitude and behavior of employees. They feel more confident and have higher self-esteem as they feel in control of their work life. They are in a completely different level than when they started, and their jobs are no longer what they were. They feel that they are progressing, that they are not simply carrying out someone's orders, and most importantly, they feel complete in their workspace. Number 7, stage 7, the acceptance of harder tasks and greater risks. At this stage, the individual has already settled into the job and seeks greater challenges. This circle of empowerment is a very useful way of describing the process that individuals should follow in their journey towards greater achievement, motivation, and personal and professional satisfaction. In order to get a better picture of the positive effect of empowerment, we will take a look at the table below, which combines the actions of a company with and without, importantly, with and without empowerment. Here are the examples. Companies with empowerment. If you made a mistake, we will help her solve it. Attempt to are applauded even if they fail. Everyone has skills and talents that can be developed. Success and promotion are based on talent and performance. There are creative and motivated people within the company. The work is pleasant, fun, new ideas are welcome. Most people try to be open and authentic. This is a real interest in well-being and individual thing. Now you compare this with, she made a mistake, so she could solve it. Attempts are punished if they fail. Someone will never be able to do anything. You never can be successful. You do not belong to the club. The only innovative and creative people are in the marketing department. The work is an obligation that adds nothing positive to my life unless I earn a lot of money. Everything has already been seen. Never volunteer. You should be cynical. What we produce is neither better or more worse than what others offer, and no one else. Go ahead. Here is a graphic of the same. Creative, talented people, initiative, interesting in correcting mistakes, enjoying challenges, quality, personal commitment. Types of empowerment, general idea of empowerment, complementation of the two types, structural and psychological empowerment, conditions of work environment, mental interpretation of structural changes in the workplace, variety, autonomy, workload, organizational support, position within the company, and on the side, the meaning of competence, the self-determination, and the impact. Sources of inspiration for empowerment. The main factor that defines different types of empowerment is usually the source of the inspiration, which is in the driving force between the adoption of empowerment, which is the driving force behind. Some companies adopt it because they consider it an effective way to improve quality of their products and services, others because they have been convinced by a business guru about its advantages. Each type of empowerment should be introduced and managed in a different way because each company is different. So we have philosophical inspiration. It is based on the fundamental assumption of how people should be treated in companies. Within philosophical inspiration, there is the belief that it is the moral duty of companies to create conditions where employees can reach their full potential. The hours people spend at work should be pleasant, and to achieve it, employees should be self-managed and have control of their work. This philosophy is applied to each member of the company, from the operating team to the board of management. The source of the inspiration is often the first one that many managers get to know, but it is unlikely to succeed in most companies. Now we come to the economic inspiration. It's basically on the assumption that people's empowerment is the most certain way from a commercial point of view to manage an organization. Managers are becoming increasingly aware of how effectiveness and benefits of their companies decrease because a company fails to adapt to the changing environment, which is more and more demanding. In addition, they see empowerment as a means to create an organization capable of attaining its commercial and economic goals. Then we have inspiration of power and authority dispersion. It is based on the belief that traditional exercise of power, authority, and control over an organization is not the appropriate way to run a modern company. Companies have always been organized hierarchically, and all power and authority rests with the senior managers. Underneath them, there are layers of managers, supervisors, and employees, each one of them with their own share of power and authority. And the guidance is slow, complicated, and with a slow response time in the current conditions. Because today's decisions need to be made quickly, communication is more efficient, and employees are asked to present their ideas and demonstrate their talents so that they can be put into practice later on. Many companies today are already starting to take the path of power and authority dispersion. Then we have inspiration focused on role. It expands the role of the employee by giving them more tasks and opportunities to make decisions, as well as additional responsibilities. Workers themselves organize the way in which they want to do their job, setting objectives and standards to follow and being responsible for production figures and quality standards. This type of empowerment usually leads to the elimination of some levels of organizational hierarchy and leaves room for other groups to expand their roles and develop jobs that are more satisfying. And we have the management style inspiration. It is based on the way in which people are managed within an enterprise. Managers have always been hired to think, plan, and tell employees what to do. And this style stifles the imagination, creativity, and ingenuity of the workers, characteristics needed to develop new ideas and services, and as a result, gives customers the quality they ask for. Therefore, a change in management style is the key to unlocking talents and potentials of all employees of the company. Managers should give their workers free rein to think and within reason to organize and manage themselves. Thanks to this self-management, employees may develop a sense of ownership of their work, care about the quality of the work and results, and feel part of the company. There's a kind of philosophy to motivate staff and take advantage of these talents of each and every employee in the company or organization. Quality-aimed inspiration. It refers to gearing workers' skills towards improving the product and service quality. Many companies have adopted quality improvement as a priority policy and have thus led them to the development and publication of their own mission statement. To make this type of empowerment work, the staff needs to change their attitude and behavior. Workers have been given the responsibility for the quality of the product and have been encouraged to develop creative solutions to improve methods, procedures, and products already existing in the company. Most importantly, the employees should develop empathy for their job. They need to feel responsible, worry about their work as much as they worry about their car, house, or garden. They have to feel part of the work and enthusiastic about it. Then we come to strategic inspiration, and this focuses on the review of the operating environment of the company and its strategic management by managers or external consultants. A cold and hard examination can turn into a new mission and define the corporate goals and the starting point of many projects throughout the organization. Part of the review is dedicated to examining employees and finding new ways to motivate and integrate them within the company. This empowerment is used as a main tool to achieve goals and to start programs that empower people. If priority is given to empowerment, those programs can change the organization dramatically. Then we have mythical inspiration. The source of inspiration originates from individual managers being aware of the benefits that the empowerment entails. They consider it very attractive. Many of these managers understand the principles of giving empowerment, communication, motivation, participation to their team and employees individually, and they carry it out successfully, but treat their collaborators in a critical and controlling manner. Inspiration based on teams. The inspiration is focused on a team as the main mechanism for personal enrichment and development of the company. A team has a number of unique features that are perfect for carrying out empowerment. It is capable of achieving a synergy in which the total is larger than the set of individual parts. A mature and successful team instills pride and confidence in all of its members. They feel safe and highly motivated to be innovative and to try new ideas that can boost team performance. Employees who are part of a team based on empowerment need learn and develop rapidly, and therefore need new challenges to maintain their empowerment. The concept of empowerment needs to be fully understood so it can be embedded in the company. Managers should make a commitment to invest in the policies necessary to carry it out. There's a series of techniques that allow implementing of it in everyday tasks. Each company performs techniques that are in accordance with objective, size, sector, and of the company. Let us take a closer look at some of the techniques. A change of role. Empowerment requires each one of the employees to fundamentally change their role in the company. These roles should be divided into basic and empowerment functions. Basic functions refer to essential tasks and routine activities associated with specific jobs, such as a secretary typing letters. These functions make up almost all of a person's work and make their job repetitive. The empowerment functions, on the other hand, increase productivity and help people to improve. They can be part of daily activities as well as new tasks that enable carrying out work more efficiently. Here is a graphic. Here are roles without empowerment, basic functions, empowerment. Roles with empowerment, these are increased and these decreased. Increasing self-management functions within empowerment is achieved by delegating basic functions to contributors who will turn them into empowerment functions. Now we come to empowerment defenders. So that the entire company can accept empowerment, senior managers need to act as their role models and set an example by showing the principles of empowerment in their tasks and daily interactions with collaborators and company employees. To really make it work, managers have to come out of their offices and reach out to the employees. This shows that the company is more open to communication. Therefore, there are more possibilities to carry out stimulating and creative tasks and functions. I cannot help but think of the example of two principals that I have known, one who hides in their office and the other one who's right there on the button. However, the predominant management style of empowerment delegate, guide, trust, support. Delegating. One could argue that the most important mechanism for empowerment to succeed is delegation. Delegating can only be effective if the person to whom the work is delegated possesses the skills and maturity necessary for carrying out that function. Managers, before delegating, should make sure that the people they are about to delegate have the technical knowledge and training essential to complete the task. and successfully. One of the most relevant aspects when it comes to good delegation is trust. The manager or leader of the group needs to be able to rely on subordinates and team members. Moreover, they have to be sure that delegation will not cause any problems or damage to the company. And at the same time, the person to whom the task has been delegated, needs to feel he or she can turn to the management for support and guidance whenever necessary. Then we come to job rotation. This occurs when a person performs all or part of another person's work over a period of time. Job rotation can offer added value to the empowerment, thus providing new challenges, responsibilities, training, and experience in new functions or tasks, which can allow a worker to get a promotion. Then we have the evaluation of development. Empowerment should lead to the development of each of the employees on the organization. In an empowered company, the same level of attention is paid to all employees. Each person has a place in the employment development scheme, and an important part of the scheme is the evaluation of the development. The objectives are similar to those of the management evaluation, but with a focus on the actual performance, development needs, and aspirations of the workers. Self-management. A company that embarks on empowerment should encourage its employees and work teams to practice self-management. This will not happen if managers do not free their employees and work teams from the control they have over them. It is therefore necessary to clarify what self-managing implies exactly. It does not mean giving employees complete freedom, as the company could end up in anarchy. However, people should have enough freedom to manage their own work and have a say in the design of their jobs, but they should also be responsible, know exactly what to do and how, and have enough experience to manage themselves. Self-managing also encourages people to develop many of the skills and learn new ones so that their work can be done in a more efficient way possible. The most efficient way possible. Use of team to achieve greater empowerment. The most important aspect of empowering teamwork is to delegate power and authority to team members and give them the feeling that they are in charge of their own work. It is a strategic tool aimed at strengthening leadership. It gives meaning to teamwork and changes the overall quality from a motivational philosophy to a functional system. Leaders need to give free rein to their subordinates to think and decide for themselves, because one of the most important points of empowerment is entrusting power, responsibility, and decision-making to employees. Moreover, in a work team, the same thing happens. A leader who gives orders is not necessary to create a team where each member brings ideas, suggestions, sets of goals, and completes tasks. Empowerment is a way to make a work team authentic. It is the training path to empower all employees so that they are protagonists of their success and a company's results. Therefore, to achieve a team empowerment that is successful, we should take advantage of all the resources the team has. Whether these are human or media resources, we need to prepare and train the team members to act as if they were owners of the company and the success of the organization depended on them. We should never make them believe that they do not belong and that their only purpose for coming to work is a salary. Obviously, all of this modifies the traditional culture of the company. However, many organizations are still governed by traditional cultures, habits, styles, and ways of doing things, as these have been ingrained in our society for many years. Nevertheless, it is the change that is the driving force behind empowering work teams, obtaining greater results and achieving success. Employees are not the only ones who should embrace that change, but rather, and all elements have been jointly involved. Managing empowerment, and in this case, in a work team, requires a positive environment, and above all, a positive leader willing to share change. He or she should know the basis and foundation of empowerment and be eager to carry it out and assign power to all members of the team. And in this way, it will be possible to transform a team into a union of ideas, innovation, and positiveness.